आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमेन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मेस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, all the sensory and motor organs become efficient and powerful. All is verily the one without second, the absolute, conscious and blissful Brahman. Let me never deny this truth of all-pervading blissful Brahman. May the Brahman never reject me either. May all the virtues necessary to experience Brahman be with me. Oh, peace, peace. Let us feel we are unbuttoning our body and taking it out. Try to do this. Let us feel that we are not bodies, which is truth. Thus, when we keep aside the body, we see the all-pervading. It was the difference in the body that gave the illusion of separation. I am this and you are that. Creating lot of strife, person to person, in the family, in this society, just because we are not able to see this truth of one, just by separating our from this clothing of body, we can see this. I can see that I am this all-pervading Brahman, the blissful one without existence itself. All my desires have vanished. I am bliss itself. I am peace itself. Who is peace. So, dear friends, in this study of Bhagavatam, one of the most effective, one can say, scripture. Effective because it brings all the scriptures, all the wisdom of the scriptures easily into our understanding. The ease of appreciating and understanding comes because of this form of stories. And through the stories, these truths are brought to us, and we are studying the very illuminating story of Prahlada. So let us begin today's discussion with our regular opening chant, which is the first verse of this book, Bhagavatam. So please recite as loudly as you can. जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकम् सत्यं परं धीमहि. That from whom creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with the Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of the three gunas subsists, just as the combination of materials like fire, water, and earth subsist in their in their causes without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. This truth supreme, it removes, kuhaka means darkness. The darkness of ignorance is removed when the truth shines forth. And this is what is we are meditating upon. And what we were studying the story of Prahlada, born in the lineage of demons, the Asuras. The meaning of Asuras is those who identify themselves with body, and therefore they are running after the physical pleasures and so forth to the as the only goal of life, and thus that is how one becomes a demon. A demonical life becomes, only when we consider ourselves to be body. And thus, in Chandogya Upanishad, it is described that those who consider themselves to be just body, they are the asuras, they are the demons. So, we see that all the demonical actions, possessiveness, the desire to grab things from others, kill others, and all that the demonical actions they perpetrate because of this, that I am this body, and that other fellow, I have to somehow defeat that fellow, eliminate that fellow, and appropriate everything to myself. So, this is uh, what Prahlada was born as, in that lineage of demons. But and he, although was born in that lineage, his genes were completely different. He had the devotional temperament. The genes only can give some physical material, but it doesn't provide the mental qualities from the parents. So his mind was always with the divine. So, therefore, we saw that although his demon father sent him to the school, and instead of he getting transformed to the demonical ways, he started in a way spoiling the other children. Spoiling because that was considered to be bad thing to think of God. And in society there are many. Don't think too much of God. A little bit is okay, like we put some spices a little bit, like some little salt is put in the food. So that is okay. So that much God is, put in everything, just that much. So, uh, and that is mostly to shift the blame that, oh, why this is not happening because God didn't help me. It is we need some punch bag, to keep on hitting somebody. So God is that way comes as a handy punch bag. It is God because of whom all this thing is happening. So it is God who kept this world in so much suffering. All these things, then we can lay the blame on God. So that is how we bring God in our day to day life. But the one who wants to, become happy in life, mm, then one has to go to the source of happiness. It is very important that, and we do it in our life, isn't it? When you want to say, buy a loaf of bread, where do you go? You don't go to the goldsmith shop for that or barber shop for that. Where the bread is available, in those shops you will go to buy it. So, similarly, where is happiness? You have to go to the source of happiness. Otherwise, your life will never become happy. It is what appears to be pleasures, we saw it last in our last class. That appears, but it is not there. We saw last in the last class that a bird keeps on hitting the mirror, thinking that my friend is there, in the mirror. Is the reflection. They may, and then thinks that that's right there. It is. So we get deluded by reflection, and thus we come to grief in this world. So Prahlada teaches them, Prahlada tells the fellow students that what happens with this, our life becomes more and more frustrated. We get irritated, we get angry, because even after the repeated attempts to garner pleasures from different objects or different persons, and repeatedly we become unsuccessful. And there should be no surprise in that. They just as the bird will not be able to meet another bird by going to the mirror. So also our attempt to get pleasure from various things or various people is sure to meet failures, making us irritated and angry. And then we go to attempt more vigorously. Never think that there is a basic problem in our understanding. We think only that I have to make this attempted, we have to make attempt with more energy put in it. So go and hit the mirror more. Well, the bird dies there. So this is what happens. So Prahlada tells them that look what appears there, that it is this, we saw this slide, that these are poisonous appearances all around. And they appear to be very beautiful, but there are these snakes hidden there. Poison ivy, poison oak, poison sumac, and then this poisonous, this beautiful person appearing there. All these are attractive. There is this uh, uh, fragrant, very fragrant plant, kevda. So it is, but it is the house of snakes. So if you get attracted and go there, you are going to come to grief. So see this beforehand, that these are just, they attract you. Uh, I know that we, uh, I was not in that particular group, but then I later heard the incident that the school uh, class, the whole class with teachers, they went for a picnic. And very nice, the place was as such chosen, nothing wrong in the place. And then as they went there, the children, they saw very nice flowers coming up. There was a lake and nice flowers. This is a real incident, friends. And naturally, they were so attracted. Ah, such nice flowers, let us pluck. And they were, that kind of poisonous. They started immediately after a couple of minutes. Everybody's body started itching so much, constant, very painful itching. That itching wouldn't go at all. And they threw away the flowers and all that leaves as soon as they realized that this is causing it. But that is now whatever has been touched, the itching continued for quite some time. They would dip themselves in that lake nearby, hoping that that will cure. Well, nothing helped. It is, they came back next day to the school still itching. So it is like that. One gets there because it is very attractive. It is, and there we know how the senses work. The psychology of sensual attraction, uh, this needs to be seen, uh, sensual attraction. This particular carnivorous plant, there are many varieties, carnivorous plant. And now, how these plants, they are not like animals who go and hunt the prey, and they attract the prey. Hmm. And thus that prey gets into that and gets trapped. And it is these objects of the senses are like that. They don't come to the senses, but the senseless persons run there. Those senses get dragged there. The eyes get dragged there. And this is how the Vedanta psychology is. That they, it is called rasa, the essence of anything that attracts you, creates the sense that it is so pretty, so wonderful, and you get automatically dragged. Like these insects. These plants, they are not other like birds and other animals which will go and chase these insects to eat them. Uh, and so the insects know how to protect themselves from that. They run away, fly away, or hide. But these plants, they appear to be harmless, isn't it? And they are not chasing me. And what they have, it is exactly like, they lay in wait. Hmm. They lay in wait. Like it is said that the pythons, they do not go to hunt, and they just lay in wait. And then when some uh, poor creature is going around, sometimes very big, there are sometimes deer also gets sucked in by a python. Just breathes the fellow in. Uh, but at least the creature does not enter on its own there. But this is how this our senses get attracted. There is an attractive. I used to be in Shillong, in that area, such carnivorous plants are there. Not too many to see. These days they are becoming gradually extinct. But it is a somewhat different design. It is like a cup with a lid. Mm. And then that in that cup around that there is this very nice. We human beings get only a little smell of it, but these insects, they find it very attractive smell there, and that liquid is very sticky. They get there, well, that's it. It is, they cannot come out easily. The lid shuts behind them. And it takes about, I heard from the people, it takes about, if it, depending on what size the insect has, in this the size of the insect, the plant kills it, dissolves it, and then absorbs all the nutritional things, and then the remaining some skin, something, it gets thrown out, discarded. So it is like that. So our senses also get there, the objects. Ah, it is nice. And then they, as it were, jump out. It is in Bhagavad Gita, it says, Sarvadvareshu prakasho upajayate. That in, see, the eyes start, the children, they cannot control. So you can see them when they see some very nice, tasty food that they like. Immediately first their eyes become goggle eyes. Uh, these cookies or Oreo cookies that I don't know, these days they are, maybe I don't know how much they like. But some years ago, some little children had come here, and then just after their this came from some nearby school. Yes, and then after that, they were told, okay, now have some little snack, and then these uh, cookies were kept. And then it was worth seeing the eyes of the children, they became immediately expanded. They first ate those cookies with eyes. And then they were supposed to, our Joan was there, she had kept cookies, thinking that they will take one cookie like that. But the kids were different, you can imagine. They were taking like this, and she had to again bring that. So, what I mean is that what you go to it, whatever you think pleasurable, you don't consider the consequences at that time. Mm. Yeah, what will happen? Do you understand what are you going into? I don't want to think about it. These sensual attractions are like that. You postpone thinking because the thinking will spoil it, The fun will be all spoiled if you think about it. So don't think about it. It is that our Sarvagatananda used to say somewhat humorously, uh, that at the dining table, don't bring out any talk about the nutritional or the ill effects of eating this and that. It is before that, whatever discussion about that you want to do, you can do, but not at the dining table, because it will spoil the fun, it is that, hey, Krishna, this is not good for health. You like it, but this is going to cause this disease and that problem and that something. Then Krishna will still eat it, but will not find it that delicious, you see. So it is. So we shun thinking. The point is, when the mind is getting drawn, attracted, we shun thinking what will happen if I succumb to it. We say, I will think about it later. So it is, and then the mind gets captured. That it is told in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, towards the last, those verses on the signs of a person established in wisdom, Hita Pragya Lakshan, that how these senses, they get the titillation because of these objects around. The objects don't attack them. The cookies were not directly attacking those children. But yeah, in a way, passively attacking. So that is how it says that even though uh, यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इंद्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः. That it is, even though a person is making efforts for spiritual progress, is already, doing some sadhana, uh, that still, and see the force of it, that they still, the sense organs, when brought in contact, in the proximity of the objects, what is going to happen? Then they are going to get attracted and the mind will follow it. See, the whole sequence gets then, uh, you know, reversed. It is the intellect has to control the mind, and the mind has to then control the senses. Now, what happens? The organs get controlled. The sensory organs, they get controlled by those objects, pleasures there. So they drag, and then the mind forgets that I have to control them. It gets dragged behind it. Intellect also gets dragged behind it. So, therefore, in the next verse, Sri Krishna tells Arjuna, Tani sarvani sanyamya yukta asita matparaha. That see the effects of this, and seeing these effects, control those senses first. This thing comes in Bhagavad Gita again and again. Tasmat tvam indriyani adau niyamya bharatarshava. That control them first. Because once they get uh, caught in the objects, your mind also will automatically go in them. So, tani sarvani sanyamya. Control them by the your uh, process of discernment, thought process. And then yukta asita matparaha. Where is actually the source of attraction? That is God. One has to turn the attraction towards where the happiness or the real pleasure is. Here you will get caught. That is what happens. We get cheated, thinking that, oh, this particular thing is going to give me. They say all the advertisements. The Americans are very good, at this marketing and selling. I was told that, oh, Americans, they are so good at that, they will be able to sell sand to Arabia, Saudi Arabia. They will sell sand to Saudi Arabia. So it is like that. So they sell all these things so nicely that, oh, yeah, that stores, they tell you how much you save. It is the more you buy, the more you save. So Raji goes and buys more so that she will be able to save more. It is. You have saved in last 3 months $52.95. How much did you buy? So it is and we get enticed by that. Let us do this saving. This is the wonderful unique credit card. You will not have to pay any interest for 2 years. Now the riders behind that, they are not seen, because our attention is the pleasure. So, like this, they don't understand these insects that there is this, they will get caught and crushed. So, sense pleasures don't run after prey, but attract, capture, and kill. So, it is our Eze upstairs. He has put nice color emphasis on different words there. Thank you, Eze. So the body dies, but what happens? Hmm, like those creatures, they die. Will the desire go away by that? The drag doesn't go away. It remains. It takes another body, and then continues in that body. That is why, right from the birth, people have desires. Where did they come from? From the past birth, they had those desires, but the body didn't survive. The body died. Now they took the new body. The same old desires now are fueling and making this body run after all these objects. So, and one goes to get, and now this next step, that is for human beings. I have not seen any other creature so stupid as human beings are. Hmm. Human beings, they see that to fulfill these desires, we need lot of money. This money concept, it is really for human beings. It is the veritable Maya, uh, that the net that one gets caught in. Money. So I need more money to get all this. Yeah, otherwise, buying a Ferrari is so difficult. I have to get, but I have the desire to go in Ferrari. So get something. And we had a nice, wonderful friend. He wanted to buy some such a very uh, this powerful car, not Ferrari, but a bit uh, on the higher end and with more power and so forth. So his friends, even I told him, well, that is not really for people like you, it is. But when the desires become strong, the mind does not listen. Uh, so his friend tried to tell him that those cars are not, those who have enough money to keep two, three cars, it is good for them. Ah, but he, nevertheless, he desired, and so he got and bought it. And the problems, one after another. They kept on, firstly, lot of spending money to buy that. Then again, to reduce the cost, he bought a used one. And then this problem today, that problem tomorrow. And the repairs of that car again cost a lot of money. So he came to his wits' end after 1 year or so, and then decided to sell it. So this is what you do, that you need money to buy that. So you go after money, and then to get more and more money. Now what happens is, once of my mentor Swamis explained it so nicely to me, Mm. that then the pleasures becomes secondary. Getting money becomes primary. Mm. Because with money you can buy pleasures. Sri Ramakrishna made a very nice remark in Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. You read, Kaminir Jonnai Kanchan. Kamini heavens, it is the locus of enjoyment. It is Kamini literally gets translated as woman. But that is not the meaning there. The meaning is the locus around that your enjoyment ideas keep on moving. So, for that, there is money. You earn money for that. And more money. See, the pleasure then becomes, oh, I had so much last year. This year I have added 1 more million to it. What did you do with that? No enjoyment. Only that is the idea of pleasure. That the my money has grown. So that is how you will see that even using the money becomes difficult, because the idea is to accumulate money, and that becomes the source of pleasure. Let me get more and more money. Thus you do not uh, go to even enjoyments. So this is how the money, getting more money. There is a very nice, old, very beautiful book. I forget that it is The Little Prince. Uh, have you anybody read The Little Prince book? Good. The movie is nothing, that they have made a movie, but the movie isn't that good. They not even 50% that the book is The Little Prince. It is a very artistic book, and then that shows uh, goes to somebody. Hey, what do you do? I count money. I count stars. That is the idea, money. And then what do you do with them? No, I count. Keep on counting. So counting money, it is, yeah, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. Okay, what does it? So that becomes a vocation that gives pleasure. So even this is called, therefore, further one getting uh, in darkness, that the money is for enjoyment, but and that enjoyment is not there, but you still feel, let me get more and more money, which has no basis at all. It is money is the stupidest thing that human beings get entangled into. You won't see any other creature. That is why I use this. No other creature is so stupid. They go directly for enjoyment. Okay. Human beings have this money idea, and the worth of money is not at all certain. It changes according to the market, according to the political situations, that according to this demand, supply, so many things. The money, you have $50 doesn't mean much in the context of the buying power. It is how much it can buy. It varies which times you are living in, where you are living, and so forth. You see, it is so. It is we run after money, and what happens? One commits. One does not shy away from committing heinous crimes. Even the learned mind keeps on hovering over sense pleasures and money. And you see it even in the university circles. That they are learned people, very brilliant people. But what the mind is seeking, uh, well, how much money I will get out of it. what honor and respect I will get out of this. It is so subtle in the ordinary parlors. Uh, uh, Illiterate or not so much learned people just will say plainly, I want money. Hmm. But an academic person will feel a bit shy about that. No, will present it in a nice, articulate way. That this. But if you go deeper, it is like that. So much of jealousies and this rat race there. It is. So, because even though learned, this does not change. All the learning is used for this purpose. Get more money. And people commit, such heinous crimes. They murder near and dear. The newspapers, they come full of all these things. That what crimes and for what? To get money. uh, that the son or daughter kill the parents. The parents kill their offsprings. Uh, all this, what for? Get more money. Hmm. The very, this is how Shankaracharya therefore says, Artham anartham bhavaya nityam. That think of money as the source of all uh, that disaster in life, anartha. It is so, and then to get the desires fulfilled. It sounds crazy, but this is all our uh, brothers and sisters, human beings, who when get fired by this idea, I want pleasures, and for pleasures I need money. So it becomes like that. So it is so Prahlada says, you see, that O Asuras, you should shun association with such compatriots from early life and seek shelter in the primitive being, Lord Narayana. That is, they go to reality. And these things will not satisfy you. Shun the company of these people also, he said. Because if you are in their company, you will get tainted by their, association. And thus, therefore, it is told in Narada's aphorisms on devotion, dussangah sarvathaiva tyajah. That dussanga here is the word, very interesting word. It is dussanga means that which impedes your uh, devotional attitude. That is dussanga. It is not necessarily bad company. It is not that they are murderers or such like that. Not bad. They are not bad, but they are worldly. And so association with them colors you also with that. And a spiritual aspirant should therefore take care of that, what association they have. And he says, therefore, that uh, for God, He is the beatitude sought after by people who have overcome worldly attachments. That Narayana is the primal being. He is the most beautiful thing. All beauty comes from that. You can test it, easily. some person you think very beautiful. After some time, that person will appear to be very ugly. It changes. Something very nice, good looking at one time, these circumstances, the situation changes, and then that person doesn't appear to be beautiful at all. It is why? Because beauty is not actually in any person. God alone is the beautiful, and that beauty will never wane. Hmm. It is when that God appears to you in somebody, and then that appears to be beautiful. It is in that beautiful, great piece of poetry, the uh, what is that? Canticle of Soul, spiritual canticle of soul, that Saint John of Cross says that as the Lord was passing near you, and that see, because of that God's touch, all of you became so beautiful. And these flowers, who clothed you with such beauty? The Lord was passing. My beloved was passing around there, and because of his touch, that imparted such beauty to you. So this is the source of beauty. So friends, aspire for the substance in all appearances. And don't get deluded by the appearance, but go to the substance, that which is in all, and that is God. In everything that is pervaded. It is, and that is the substance in all. So go for that. This is the teaching that primordial. So it is described as sometimes as the sound symbol. Om. It is in everything and everything is in it. So that is Narayana. And it is therefore the goal of life. God realization is the only goal of life, as Sri Ramakrishna used to repeat very often, that God realization is the only goal of life. So this is what is God, the substance in of everything. That is, go for that. And one may say that, oh, Swami, but it is so difficult. Does it appear difficult? What, Jitendra, do you think it is difficult? No? Or yes? It is difficult. It is who does not think it is difficult? Hmm? What? All of you think it difficult? What, Charlie? It is difficult. Huh? Well, it is actually easy. It is actually very easy. That is what Prahlada says. It is easy. And Prahlada is not alone about it. There is a very nice Christian mystic book. I was so surprised to see that very strong statement there, that realization of God. He doesn't use the word God there. The book is titled, it is a 13th century mystic text, Cloud of Unknowing. Cloud of Unknowing. And he says that this is the task of life. This is the main task, to break and see this beyond the cloud of unknowing. And he says that this is the easiest of the tasks. We do far more difficult tasks in the world. that like Krishna doing mathematics, and it's the difficult thing, Uh, but you do it, it is a difficult thing. Ishani does lot of research, gets, I am frustrated, I am not getting the results, and so it is difficult. But seeing God is the easiest thing. Mm. Prahlada says that, oh, children of the Asuras, that it is not at all difficult to please Narayana, the God, for he is the innermost spirit in all, is everywhere. Ah, why it is difficult to find him? That who is, in some place, somewhere else, can't find, that is possible. But that is in everything, so it's so easy to find. Uh, it is only we do not look properly. Uh, that is why, in that tremendous spiritual mood, Vivekananda says at that Thousand Island Park, don't seek God, see God. Hmm. It is right there, just see God. This is that you just see, this is all God. Uh, is it anything different from God? It is God. Only we are not seeing it as God. So Prahlada says that for he, that is the God, is the innermost spirit in all and can be communed with anywhere. You can commune with it anywhere. You can meet God anywhere. It is not that is in a particular place the God is. You can meet anywhere. This is a great teaching of Vedanta. Uh, some time back we were studying Keno Upanishad, and then there comes this verse. Where is that Brahman or the source of consciousness? It is said that in everything that you see, it is there. That every pulsation of awareness, that is, the God is there. Like the screen is there in the movie, when you see the screen, is screen not in everything that you see in the movie? Huh? It is in everything that you see. What is the reality there? It is screen. It is so in every bhuteshu vichitya dhira, that it is that you see that in everything. So it is so easy to find that the pictures will come and go. Where did that fellow I saw in the movie, and where did that fellow go away? Now you cannot find it in the movie. But screen is always there, does not go. So this is what we have to learn to see, friends. It is not difficult at all to please Narayana. He is our indwelling soul and is in everything. You can communicate with him through anything. Ah, see, this is all the scenery, with these people, the objects. There is nothing that is short of God. God is in everything in equal measure, so can be easily found. So We shall now chant the closing prayer for today. The sermon of Prahlada goes on, and we will continue this discussion and next Friday. So, let us chant this concluding verse, and then if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask. निगमकल्पतरुर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. O devotees, quaff, quaff to intoxication, this nectar of the fruit of the tree of Vedas, flowing from the mouth of the great sage Shuka and mixed with the ambrosia from his words. Any question? Charlie has a question. Okay.
And Asura is someone who identifies with the body, but we're also told that dualism is a path to God where you think you're the body and God is up there. So, how do you explain that?
Oh, well, see, dualism is the word, not it is that you feel God there in all these schools. They are dualistic, but they are the variety of non-dualism. It is God is the only ultimate reality. It is, but since we are not seeing it like that, it is easier to feel as different from us. So that is how the dualism is. The, the dualism it is not in Vedanta at all in that sense. Dualism like the Sankhya philosophy. It is two completely separate realities. The conscious principle and the material principle. It is like two different things. Oxygen and hydrogen. Combine, it becomes water. So oxygen is separate, hydrogen is separate. That is duality. Mm. But that is not Vedanta. What is called dualism in Vedanta is that I connect with God as God's servant. It is or as God's devotee or God's child. So it is there. It is an apparent dualism, not really the like Sri Ramakrishna used to say that you can have that God uh, as my mother, my father, or you can have God that, well, I am part of God, or I am one with God. He used to quote, therefore, from that Hanuman saying, they once he was asked that Rama asked his this uh, servant or whatever you may say, that how do you look upon me? And the answer is so nice. Deha buddhya tu dasoham. When I think of myself as body, then you are the master, I am the servant. Jiva buddhya tvadanshakaha. If I see myself as a spark of consciousness, then you are the consciousness, I am a part of it. See how beautiful it is. And then Atma Buddhya Tvamevaham iti me nishchita matihi. As Atman, there is no difference between you and me. We are same. So that is the nature of dualism or qualified non-dualism or non-dualism. Yes, Jitu, you have a question?
When we see this, how do we read? Krishna gives Arjuna the Divya Chakshu. So how do we get that Chakshu?
Oh, well, we also can get it if we want, you know. If we come to that stage, we will get those. That is, when we get that spiritual touch, we see everything divine. Hmm. It is not that only Arjuna was, even in Mahabharata, you see, it is not only Arjuna who got it. Uh, it is the Sanjaya who was describing, he also got it. Hmm. So everybody can get it. It is, but we should want it, you know. We should want it. Just open the eyes. Divya Drishti is that. Just see the inner thing. Instead of only the external form, see the inner thing. Learn to see the screen uh, while you are seeing the movie. This is movie. Any doubt you know about it? No doubt. It is moving all the time. It is movie. And what is this Atman is the immovable screen and all. That is why everybody says I, because it runs through everything. Hmm. Yeah. Any other question here? Abhijit has question. Hey, Abhijit has question.
That question is from like a couple of slides back where it says the body, no, death comes. Yeah, the body dies, but um, but we seek fulfillment, the bodily fulfillment of the mind, of the ego. And I've heard like some old person say that I don't have any regrets. I have enjoyed life. There was a movie where I had seen, it was a movie, but a young lady, she was facing death and she pleaded, oh, I haven't seen anything of life. I can't die. So it seems like the body dies, therefore we seek all this fulfillment, right?
Body
Body
dies.
dies,
Ah,
and that word is but.
but
But from this context, what I'm saying is like it seems like body dies, therefore we should seek fulfillment. That's what these mentalities are like. That we are going to die, might as well have to enjoy
oh,
life.
that is
But why here Prahlad says body dies, but yet we seek
yeah.
fulfillment. So
Yes, they because you may think, one may think that well anyway after I die everything will be over. So why worry about it? No, everything doesn't become over. You will continue with the same drags. It is the body will go away, but identification with body will again make you get another body. And in that body, you will continue the same pursuits. That is why it is important that don't think that with death everything will be over and we will become free. No, that doesn't make us free at all. Otherwise, none of us has to worry about freedom. It is the death of the body is not the death of the mind. It is the death of the mind, the desires. When they die, then whether you are in this body or in another body doesn't matter. Yada sarve pramuchyante kama yesya hridishritaha atha martyo mrito bhavati atra brahma samashnute. So when all desires of Abhijit vanish, ah, he doesn't need to die as such physically. When all the desires are gone, that is the Brahman. Hmm. That is the Brahma. Atra Brahma Samashnute. Very powerful words are used by Upanishad there, Kathopanishad. That here is the Brahman. That it is no more an ordinary human being here. That is Brahman. That is the screen, isn't it? That's it. Hmm. Yeah. Any other question? Is there anything upstairs? Okay. So we shall conclude with the closing chant. मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल.